This makes us feel like Cyrus's life did not matter, and it did. And what we ask is that anger not turn into anything else but words, but not to act like what people in their evil minds think that we are.
Time out.
We are
not
certainly...
act like Cyrus. Is that what you're saying? Not act like Cyrus. Meaning that this kid turned the situation into a violent situation. He's sitting in the store lying and saying, I didn't do nothing. I didn't take this. I didn't do. And then when they come out to confront him, he runs. Why?
First and foremost, I want to say to Officer Tatum, fuck you, you disgusting piece of shit. I can't say what I really want to say, obviously because we're on YouTube, but I wish the worst on you and anyone who supports you. The fact that after your entire video, the entire video you spent lying about a case in which a 14-year-old boy lost his life just to stay aligned with your disgusting right-wing grift. You have the audacity to put up your merch and whatever other links you have at the end for your outro. F your shirts, f your links, f your career, f your old career, and f your channel. Anyway, let's get into the video. What's going on, y'all? My name is Toku D. Today we're going to be talking about the Cyrus Carmack-Belton Rick Chow case. If you don't know, Cyrus was a 14-year-old boy who was shot in the back by Rick Chow, the owner of the convenience store that Cyrus walked into. The moment he walked in, he was already being racially profiled. They followed him around the store, real annoying shit. They thought he stole a water bottle or water bottles, in which he did not steal it, and he showed them he didn't steal it. He returned the water bottles and he left the store. And then they came out to chase him because he was already walking away from the store. They came out to chase him, and they chased him for about 130 yards before he was shot in the back. And Rick Chow, his defense at first was, well, he turned around with a gun and was going to shoot them. However, the person who examines the body after, death, confirmed that based on the position of which the bullet entered Cyrus, that is impossible. So he just lied. So essentially they chased the boy 130 yards outside of a store to shoot him, like they've been waiting to do this shit, and lied about it, and somehow was still found not guilty, even though it was clear. It was a clear use of excessive force and unnecessary and a bunch of other shit, right? But we have people like Officer Boy or Officer Tatum, who went out of his way to make a video lying about the case, saying that he did in fact steal the water bottles, which there's proof he didn't. It's very easy to find, right? Lying and saying he turned it into a violent thing when he didn't. The gun, so I agree, Cyrus should not have had a gun on him, but to act as though he brandished it or he came in and robbed the store, none of that shit happened. So the shit that followed wasn't justified. And even if Cyrus did steal a fucking water bottle, you think that justifies shooting and killing a 14-year-old kid? That is so fucking stupid. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. But anyway, we're gonna get into just some of the things that Officer Bitch Boy has to say. None of it is of any merit, but yeah.
And it's a controversy because the teen is black and the person who killed him is not black. But obviously there was a trial, there was a court hearing, and the person who took the life of this teen was found not guilty in court. We're going to talk about it. We're going to explore it because this was a viral story that I saw, and I want to give my perspective as a former law enforcement officer. Wrote a clip.
First thing on.
So already he dwindles it down to it's a controversy because one party is black and one party is not. Already being weirdly disingenuous, but it's partially true, but it's a controversy because the black party was shot unjustifiably. That's why it's a fucking controversy. He was shot without reason to be shot. So already, and he's not exploring shit. He's not breaking down shit. He does this lazy ass right-wing grift. That's all the fuck he does. There's no exploring anything. And I know this is a small thing. We just got into it, but like, it's these little things that matter. It's not a controversy just because a black person got shot by a non-black person. It's a controversy because a black person got killed by a non-black person unjustifiably. There was no reason to take his fucking life. He left the store, right? He didn't steal anything. And he went on about his business, and they chased him out of the fucking store unnecessarily. That's the fucking problem.
Hours ago, jurors heard from the person who performed the autopsy on the victim. And for the first time, the public got to see surveillance video which showed what happened inside the gas station that day. Our Kiki Gushu has a recap of today's key moments.
For the first time, jurors and the public got to see what took place inside the Shell gas station on Park Lane Road in the minutes before Cyrus Carmack-Belton was killed in May of 2023. The video shows Belton taking water bottles out of a cooler, then immediately putting them back in, then immediately putting them back in, then immediately putting them back in.
Damn, I don't think I heard that. Replay that one more time.
The video shows Belton taking water bottles out of a cooler, then immediately putting them back in.
Oh, okay, so he didn't steal anything. So why does this oblong head nigga keep saying he did? At the beginning, if you remember, he said he was lying and stealing, and then they explicitly say he put the water bottles back. This is what I'm talking about with this nigga is just lying to prove or not even prove, he's not proving shit, to push a narrative. He's sitting there watching the shit, has nothing to say about this particular part, and then later goes on to be like, well, he was stealing. You know what? I don't even want to harp on the stealing too much, because whether he was or was not stealing, which he was not, it does not fucking matter. It doesn't make it okay to then shoot and kill a 14-year-old child. And let's emphasize that too. A child, because people keep calling him a young man, all this other shit. This was a child, 14 years old. Okay? When it comes to black people, we're young men, we're men and all this other shit. And other kids are kids. This was a child. So I don't give a fuck if a nigga was stealing water bottles. If he had a few water bottles in his pocket, it wouldn't have suddenly made it okay to shoot him in the fucking back. It's ridiculous. You call the cops, you report the crime, and you get it done with properly. You don't shoot someone and take their fucking life because they took water bottles, water, an essential fucking drink. Are you serious? Like, look at yourself, nigga. I hope that when you look in the mirror, and Officer Tatum, I'm talking to you. I hope that when you look in the mirror, I hope that all this money you make from this right-wing grift, I hope that no matter how much money you make from this, it's never enough to satisfy you, and that shit continues to eat you up from the inside as long as you live. And in your last moments, you regret and wish that you would have done something different with your career, because this is absolutely pathetic. Roll the next clip.
Time out. You know when they say, they always following us around the store because I'm black. Because y'all in the store doing this. Chinese people ain't in the store doing this. Y'all in the store doing this, man. How do you know, Mr. Tatum? When I was young, I was stealing out of the store too.
For a second, imagine you're a grown-ass man imitating what you think black people are like while being a black person, right? All to the effect to justify being racist when you see someone of a certain skin tone in a convenience store. Now wake yourself up from that nightmare, because for this nigga, it's a reality. Dog, if you are stupid enough to think that because one person who looks a certain way does this, 2,000 people look a certain way, do this, that it is indicative of the entire race, do you understand you're arguing against yourself and your own credibility as an individual? Do you understand that? Do you understand that you are actively discrediting yourself? Because you look like these people too, right? So is it okay to follow you around the store? You'd probably say okay because you're a raccoon. Generalizing will always be a weak man's gambit. It will always be a weak, stupid thing to fucking do. There is no black gene tying black people to committing petty theft in stores. It's an impoverished thing. It's what people do when they're in poverty. They tend to want to commit crime, or they tend to want to steal more because they don't have for themselves. And this is consistent in other countries. Countries that have any level of poverty, countries like China, which most people there are going to be Chinese, will have people who do the same fucking thing. Is it because they have a Chinese gene that makes them want to steal? No, it's because they're fucking impoverished. So stop tying it to skin color when you niggas know that's not what it is. I'm so sick of you niggas. Impoverished white people will do this. Impoverished Indian people will do this. Impoverished goddamn Irish people. And oftentimes, poverty is a failure of the system, not the individual. Especially in the case of black people who have been held back historically from buying the same houses white people have access to owning the same businesses, etc., etc. You want to get mad at somebody stealing a fucking water bottle from a convenience store? Get mad at the people who created the material conditions in which people feel compelled to do shit like that in the first place. White people aren't your masses. Also, I love that you brought up you used to do it when you were younger. So do you think it would have been okay if when they caught you stealing and they knew you were stealing, they came up and took your motherfucking life? Because you said for a fact you were stealing. We know Cyrus wasn't stealing, right? He didn't steal a thing. But you were stealing. So would it have suddenly become okay for them to run up on you and knock your head top off? Honestly, don't even answer that, because you might say yes, because you hate yourself so much, and it's so evident by how you cover this entire situation. By your entire career, it's evident. So just roll the next clip.
Now, I want to point this out to you. It's kind of interesting that this news clip, they kind of only show the prosecution's perspective instead of showing more of the defense perspective, because that gives you the idea that the prosecution had more evidence. No, they did not. We're going to see here soon what the verdict ended up being. But you have a young man that had no business stealing anything from anybody's store. That's the first part of how you messed up. Now, when you get shot, whether it's justified or not, you started the momentum in the wrong direction of stealing with a loaded gun. What was he going to do with the loaded gun if confronted in the store? So it's not out of the realm of possibility that you're running with a loaded gun, you're stealing, and when they catch up to you, you try to defend yourself or try to shoot them. That makes more sense than them just running and shoot them in the back for no reason. Okay, let's listen to the verdict.
Let this be a great example of how racist, it doesn't matter if you have evidence, it doesn't matter if you have truth, they will sit there and pretend and be disingenuous with you as if the shit isn't right in their face. This nigga is looking at the same video we have looked at and concluding things that did not happen and speculating things in the video that did happen. You said, what if they did confront him in the store? Look, they did confront the nigga in the store with a loaded gun. He didn't do any fucking thing. He left the store. What are you speculating for, nigga? There's no need for speculation. We saw what the fuck happened. And then he has this like inclination to believe that it was actually the case that he ran away, and when they chased him, he turned around and defended himself and he got shot in the back, because otherwise it would be for no reason. It's not for no reason, nigga. We know the reason. It's because the nigga was waiting on this shit. He wanted to do this shit, right? His actions are consistent with someone who wanted to do this shit. He chased the nigga for 130 yards. This old ass balding Chinese nigga chased the nigga for 30 fucking yards. So yeah, he wanted to do this shit, right? The medical examiner examined the body and said that it was impossible for him to have turned around and fired shots, given the way the bullet entered his body. So why are you speculating when we have the information? You are so obsessed with when that next drop of white validation is gonna come that you are literally watching this shit and seeing that and hearing that there was proof and hearing that there was this and that, and you're still speculating when there's no need to speculate, because you have an inclination to believe that the boy is in the wrong, that the boy did this, that, and the third, which we know he did not fucking do. You are actively lying and gaslighting about this shit when there's not even any room for you to. There's no reason, like you can't, and you're still doing it. That's how much of a raccoon this nigga is. It's fucking sad. It's sad. Seriously. Roll the next clip.
The anger is palpable tonight. You can feel it, you can touch it, because people saw a child that looked like their own, that did nothing wrong. A child that all the witnesses described had fear in his eyes when he left the store.
Time out. You better stop. This is why people don't respect these people. Brother, I understand you're the attorney or whatever the case may be, your representative for the family or whatever the case may be, but I don't want to hear you tell me he didn't do nothing wrong. The boy stole from a store as a 14-year-old kid with a loaded gun. And when they came to confront him, he took off running. He had no business doing none of that stuff he did. Quit trying to act like this was a 14-year-old boy minding his business, drinking the iced tea, and some racist Chinese people just killed him for no reason. The boy had a gun. How do you get to the point as a 14-year-old boy carrying a loaded gun around with you, stealing from stores? I don't want to hear he didn't do nothing wrong. You could say that they were wrong, but to say he did nothing wrong is crazy. Finish it.
To run as two grown men chased him down over a football field and shot him dead. This should not happen. This makes us feel as if our children don't matter, and they do.
The constant mention of him having a loaded gun is him trying to distract you from what really happened. It's him also trying to give justification to what happened. The boy shouldn't have had a loaded gun, but having a loaded gun does not give somebody else the right to come and hunt you down and fucking shoot you. He didn't brandish the gun. He didn't use the gun to rob the convenience store. He simply had a gun. He had a gun. And to my understanding, the Chows didn't even know he had a gun until it fell out while they were chasing him for no reason. When the representative says he did nothing wrong, he did nothing wrong in the effect that should result in him getting shot. He didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to be shot. He didn't deserve to be chased. He didn't run away until he was ran after. But all these details you seem to magically miss, even though you're watching the same video we're watching. And the fact that we sat there and saw you watch the same thing we watch and you're still lying about the stealing. Officer Tatum, there is so many bad things I want to say to you, but I'm gonna not say it so this video can stay up. I can't express enough how much I don't want you to succeed in life. I cannot express that enough. Truly, and that's gonna have to wrap up this video. Though the topic of this video was very sad and exhausting, and is a sign that injustices still do exist. I hope y'all enjoyed this video for what you could take from it. The drawing has a little bit to go, so I'm gonna let it go, but I appreciate everything y'all do and support. If you want this video to get out to more people, leave a hype, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you think about the situation. Let me know what you think about Officer Tatum, so on and so forth. And I'm gonna have to see y'all later. See you.